WWE made it official this week for Labor Day weekend. It has been rumored now for months. They will be running a UK stadium show at Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. Their first major UK stadium show in 30 years, since Summerslam at Wembley Stadium all the way back in that magical, mythical year of 1992. They never ran another major pay-per-view there because of the time zone difference. The show aired on a 48-hour delay here in the States, and they vowed not to do that again. And that was in an age without internet spoilers and social media, unless you count RSPW. As you guys well know, as I have schooled many of you on, many of you who are not aware, there was a little thing back then called RSPW. But yeah, that kind of stuff wasn't as ubiquitous as it is today. Now it's all over the place. It's on your computer, it's in your pocket, it's everywhere. Everyone's too connected these days. Word travels fast. But Triple H last year said the reason they never went back for another major show is because the first one, in his words, didn't make any money. Said, we didn't make any money, that's why we never went back. That's not completely true. They did sell a lot of tickets, they sold a ton of merch. I mean, they blew their previous record out of the water with that show. But, he's talking about pay-per-view. Well, now on Peacock, they don't have to worry about that anymore since they've already made their money. They've got their guaranteed money. So it's less of an issue now than it would have been 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago. But the date of the show will be Saturday, September 3rd. It will be taking place in the afternoon in U.S. time. So a little earlier than most of their pay-per-views usually start. AEW is holding its all-out pay-per-view that same weekend. I believe it's the next day. So there won't be any direct conflict. Alex McCarthy of TalkSport was told by WWE that over 59,000 people pre-registered for tickets in the first 24 hours. They didn't buy tickets yet because they're not actually on sale, but they have pre-registered to do so. And that is a new company record for any event ever, including WrestleMania. That's how much pent-up demand there is for a major stadium show in that part of the world. These people have been waiting for something like this for years, and I can vouch for that because as long as I've been doing this podcast, and this is going to be 15 full years of me doing this show, I have gotten countless emails from people, primarily in the UK, whether it be in London or whether it be in a city in Wales or whether it be anywhere else, frankly, asking me, when is WWE going to bring another major show like a SummerSlam or a Royal Rumble or even a WrestleMania to the UK? I have been asked about this so many times over the years, so I believe that there is a lot of pent-up demand for this, absolutely, and now we can see that now. Now we have irrefutable evidence of this. They're going to sell a shitload of tickets to this show. And it will be airing as one of their what they're now calling premium live events. This is not meant to be like one of those old UK-only pay-per-views, Capital Carnage, or, one of those shows. I was going to say, it's not like the Saudi Arabia shows either, but honestly, the Saudi Arabia shows, they're treated now like major pay-per-views. They just did the Elimination Chamber over there. They might be bringing TLC to Saudi Arabia later this year, so it'll at least be on that level. This will be a major show. Now, from what I've read, I have not been to Principality Stadium before, but from what I understand, the atmosphere in that stadium is incredible. So it should be fun. I mean, you think of some of the most rabid, loud wrestling crowds, I think of two places. I think of Canada, certain cities in Canada, and I think of the UK whenever they go over there for a big show. So I think the atmosphere there is going to be fantastic. I would imagine the fact that it has a retractable roof in case of bad weather probably played a big role in their decision to run Cardiff as opposed to a bigger city like London. I don't believe Wembley Stadium, the new Wembley Stadium that they built where the old one used to be, I don't believe that Wembley has a fully retractable roof. I mean, somebody who is from that part of the world, who perhaps has been to the new Wembley Stadium, can chime in on this, but I don't believe they do. It's going to be a wild summer for WWE. They're running 3 stadium shows in a 2-month span, and that doesn't even account for the possible Saudi Arabia show that's rumored for October. Yeah, they've got Money in the Bank in early July at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Summerslam, for the first time ever, is being held in July at the end of that same month at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And then Principality Stadium in September. Now, I know that Drew McIntyre is Scottish. He's not Welsh. They're not exactly right next to each other. But that would seem to be the likely choice for the main event on that show. Drew McIntyre challenging Roman Reigns in the main event. Maybe they do it first at SummerSlam, run it back on that show maybe in September and do a title change. Yeah, look, it's possible that those titles that Roman holds right now aren't even unified anymore by the time we get to that show, which is something else to consider. But in terms of wondering what's the big main event going to be, that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing, and I'll throw another name out there at you, and I don't know what his current status is. I don't know when his next fight, if he even has a fight scheduled, how that might, kind of put the kibosh on these plans. But Tyson Fury has said that he wants to do more. He wants to do more in WWE, and he actually has, and both of them have said that they want to fight each other, wrestle each other. Drew McIntyre against Tyson Fury. They've teased the possibility of doing that match before. Whether it's against Drew or somebody else, that could be something else that they want to try to swing. Get a big celebrity name, a big celebrity athlete on that show. Maybe we see Tyson Fury back doing another match in WWE. He already did one before, so maybe they try to get him. Because, it's a big stadium show like that. They're probably going to want to bring in a big name. I don't think they're going to have too much of an issue selling tickets, but I think they're going to probably want to have that big celebrity name doing something on that show, and Fury is somebody who I could absolutely see them wanting to bring in for this show.